Welcome back. We're now on game 2 of SO Kimura versus Deathwing DA. This time, Kimura appears to have got Eldar. We're on the map Meeting of Minds, and we've got Deathwing as Dark Eldar, so it's the light Eldar counterpart to the Dark Eldar counterpart. I'm just going to call him Eldar versus Dark Eldar, though, of course. And Dark Foundry going down for the Dark Eldar first. So Deathwing wants to go for the Helion harass and possibly followed up by jet bikes. We'll see. The map is Meeting of Minds, as I said, and Deathwing has chosen Meeting of Minds because he's down one game in the series. This is a must-win game for Deathwing, and of course, if Kimura takes it, then he's going to be going through to the round of 8, which is going to be starting shortly. By the way, guys, immediately after I've finished this match, commentating for this match, I'm going to post a results and standings video. So look out for that, and just take a look at what I have to say about the round of 8 and what's coming up. It's going to be very exciting. Going to have a lot of cool matches. So just taking a look at Kimura's build order here. He's setting out the Guardians to the points just furthest to the east of the map, just in the corner there, so that he doesn't get harassed immediately by Mandrakes or anything. He's got some Dark Reapers out initially. Dark Reapers being quite a good unit against jet bikes if you've got a lot of them. Well, better relative to something like Banshees or something like that. Dark Reaper is much more useful, just in general. And instead of capping any points with them, he's sending them directly over to the Dark Eldar base straight away to get some offense happening. Looks like this Dark Foundry has been cleared, so it looks like Deathwing will be working on something at the Foundry. Possibly some Helions. That's usually the unit you get first from the Dark Foundry. In fact, it will be Helions. So over here he's taking his own relic, the Deathwing is, but the Dark Reapers have arrived, so they are going to be punishing the Mandrakes. The Mandrakes are not going to be able to finish capturing that point, but here come the Helions now, just to distract the Dark Reapers, so that's actually quite good. He's able to continue building, continue capturing the relics, and Helions chasing the Dark Reapers all the way back to their base, and then the Helions, it's going to be their turn to start harassing, so just flying away here, going to follow them around, and immediately intercepting this little listener post effort over here. The Mandrakes already in there first. They're going to take out the Bone Singers, and with a combination of attacks here, taking out the listing post, so that's a nice bit of harassment here. Decapturing the point, the Guardians have stopped capturing the relic. Instead, they're going to try to lend support. We've got a second Dark Reaper squad, so that's going to be very, very handy countering the harass here. In the meantime, obviously, Mandrakes completing the relic capturing at home. And these Guardians are not going to be very good against the Mandrakes in close combat. The Dark Reapers firing in support, though, is definitely going to help them. The Guardians putting off fleet of foot and leaving the fight. Nice little bit of micromanagement here by Kimura. He's pulling back, taking off fleet of foot, and firing at his units while he's not being engaged in close combat. He's always got one unit tied up, but he can juggle around, so he's got 2 or 3 left outside to fire. But the Helions are choosing a different target now, going straight for the plasma generator, and if they can take this out, that's going to be a bit of a setback there for Kimura, especially his teching efforts. As you can see, Mandrakes taking out the critical objectives at the 12 o'clock and the center of the map. We've got a point going up, listener post going up over his relic. Here we've got a Bone Singer in to repair that plasma generator, so nice response there by Kimura. He's preventing the plasma generator from going down. That's going to help him. If he lost the plasma generator, he'd have difficulty taking later on. But the Helions moving back to the crater over here to take out some more Guardians. Dark Reapers in close behind, 2 full squads of them. Well, not quite full, but this is the 3rd squad of Dark Reapers as well, so with 3 squads of Dark Reapers, it's going to be very easy to fend off these Helions. I'm surprised that Deathwing hasn't brought in any jet bikes at this point. Jet bikes could be quite handy, but he's decided not to do that. And we've got a take and hold timeout countdown for Deathwing. He's managed to capture the center and the 12 o'clock now with his Mandrakes. One single squad of Dark Reapers over here at the 9 o'clock position just to prevent the Mandrakes from doing any more damage to that listening post, which is going up now. You see the Bone Singers moving over towards them. We've got a single squad of Dark Reapers here to contend with the Helions back over at the southern eastern side of his base, and oh my gosh, what are these Mandrakes doing? Totally outclassed here. Mandrakes charging into combat, even though there's a Dark Reaper squad firing at them. That's not going to go too well for him. I think just a small mistake there from Deathwing. Over in Kimura's space, he's got 2 squads of Guardians, or is that 1 squad of Guardians? It's always hard to tell when the Pathing splits them up like that. But the Helions getting out of there, over to the area where the 2 Dark Reaper squads are. Luckily, he's got that Mandrake squad in the background to tie up that Dark Reaper squad, otherwise he would have had one of them firing at his Helions. Looks like Kimura has plenty of units really to juggle. he's got plenty of units to keep outside of the combat. So this harassment is really on borrowed time right now. There's nothing more that Deathwing can do which will be very effective now that all of these squads are available. And these Mandrakes as well are going to have to pull back. Mandrake's just getting slaughtered now because they charge in like that. There's no way they should have done that. I think maybe if he'd gone for a Hall of Blood build, he would have been able to use invisibility for the Mandrakes a bit more effectively. Having said that, the Hellions did a little bit of damage, so that'll be cool. What's interesting here is that Deathwing has actually captured this point over on the Eldar side of the map, and he's putting up a listening post of his own. That's the worker arriving right now to actually begin the post. So that's going to deny that point to Kimura for some time, but on the other hand, he's heading around. For a moment there, I thought he was going to attack his opponent's base, but he's pulling the other squad of Guardians and the Dark Reapers right around the side, and it's going to get stuck in. Looks like these Guardians trying to decapture the relic, which somehow the Mandrakes have actually captured themselves. So Dark Eldar have really denied the Eldar a lot of territory here, and let's hope this pays off later on. The Guardians have been totally wiped out there, so they haven't been able to decapture that relic at all. Very nice play there by Deathwing. He's trying to stall the Eldar for as long as possible. We've got plenty of Dark Reapers firing away at this Dark Eldar listening post in their own territory in that crater there. And that'll eventually go down, but it's just more time that the Kimura can't spend taking those resources. Hellions flying over now to just courageously attack these 3 squads of Dark Reapers, and as you can see here, the Hellions are only engaging one single squad, and there are 2 squads of Dark Reapers just blasting the Hellions right now, and they're getting slaughtered. The Dark Reapers in combat are going to be durable enough to survive for some time. I think that will go poorly for the Hellions if this keeps up for too long, and Kimura's even dancing one of them away. So those Hellions taking a huge toll from that, losing most of the squad. We've got Guardians heading over to the southern position there just to decapture that critical objective. Deathwing has 3 critical objectives right now, and he's sending the Mandrakes, quite a largely reinforced squad of Mandrakes, to prevent the Guardians from decapturing that 6th squad. Well, this is actually turning out to be quite an exciting game. We've had some pretty one-sided games in this tournament so far, but this is turning out to be one of the better ones. Really excited about that. These Mandrakes, unfortunately, getting slaughtered by the Dark Reapers. One squad of Dark Reapers just tying them up as they can afford to. They're tough enough to survive for long enough for their friends to just annihilate everything. My bad, that was actually one Dark Reaper squad in the background. Just goes to show how powerful they are when they've got X-Archers and so forth. The 3rd squad was actually back contending with those Hellions. And yeah, so that point has been decaptured. So the Dark Eldar don't control it anymore. We've got a Raider now. So instead of building jet bikes, instead of building a Hall of Blood really early, he's gone for Raiders. And let's see what the Raiders can do. 3 Dark Reaper squads menacingly out in the middle here. Here comes the Raider now. I think he planned to use that little Morel ability that the Raider has, but it didn't get quite close enough. That's probably what happened over there, and then it didn't do enough damage. Who can tell? I don't really play Dark Eldar that much, so you guys will have to fill in for me on the info there. But looks like Bonestinger's teleporting in behind that listening post to repair it before the Hellions take it out. Dark Reapers on fleet of foot, heading all the way back to base. They're going to get stuck into those Hellions very shortly. We've got Guardians decapturing the point at the 12 o'clock. That's one of them, and that will take out the taken whole timer. Did you notice that worker there, the Dark Eldar worker, standing above the slag deposit? And wow, Hellions absolutely getting slaughtered there. There's only 1 Hellion left, so that is really well and truly the end of the Hellion harass. This guy is not going to do any damage, especially while he's broken. We've got a few, quite a lot of Mandrakes heading in there. It's not going to matter. The Dark Reaper's going to show up there before too long. We've got a Raider up at 12 o'clock, chasing away some Guardians. The Guardians completed the mission though. There's no taken whole timer going down anymore, so Como is safe as far as that's concerned. Here come the Dark Reapers now, blasting away at the Hellions. That's the last Hellion dead, so Deathwing is all out of Hellions at this point. Mandrakes absolutely getting clobbered here, and Mandrakes have become invisible right now. You can see their little cover icons over in the background. Looks like we've got some Fire Dragons up and running, so that's cool. We're at tier 2, so Kimura's done very well to take up quickly despite being heavily harassed over his side of the map. He's only just capturing the relic now. He's captured a strategic point nearby. We've got a Raider hanging out, not doing too much there. Looks like we've got a Hall of Blood up and running for Deathwing, putting down a homunculus laboratory, even getting a thermoplasmic generator on the 12 o'clock position of the map. And Archon now using his ability on the Fire Dragons. It hasn't lasted long enough. Going to switch over to the Dark Eldar view here, just so they can see the invisible Mandrakes and what they're up to. But it's cool that it's got a Mandrake now. It's not really going to be enough to deal with the 3 Dark Reaper squads on his own, but it's a start, and especially with these invisible mandrakes, that's going to be really handy. Getting engaged now, looks like the Archon being killed immediately by those Dark Reapers. So much firepower right now, and the thing is, ironically, the mandrakes can't actually tie up the Dark Reapers in combat because they're invisible, and here comes the Harlequin. And this Harlequin is really going to counter the mandrakes, the invisible mandrakes, very heavily. She's heading out straight away with the Dark Reapers in tow, and Harlequin's such an excellent unit, doing so well this patch. I've been using Harlequins against Chaos in particular, and she's just totally carving up. Over here, the Raiders have started work on the Guardians, but the Guardians, of course, captured the Relic now, and Raiders not capable of decapturing the Relic. They've got no warriors hiding inside them. If the Mandrakes make it in time, they'll be able to decapture it, but we've got some Eldar workers nearby. Kimura should have no trouble putting a starting post on top of that Relic to prevent them from doing so. We've got Scourges arriving, so that's going to hopefully be something. It's going to be something useful for Deathwing. Now, these Mandrakes wisely engage